This is Jared for Into Boxing. Delighted to be joined by Craig Woodruff. Just been ruled a draw in a fight with Gavin Gwynne for the British title. How are we feeling about that?
I'm fine. Big debate decision, but I'm fine. Fair play to Gavin. Good fight. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. I can't thank you for the opportunity. I thought I won it. He thought he won it. I thought I won it. You know, it is 50, blah blah whatever. I thought I won it.
He said about asking for a rematch at the end of the fight.
Asking for a rematch before the decision he's even made says it all.
Yeah, you know, it was a great fight for Wales. It was a great fight for Britain. It was an historic moment for the city of Newport because nobody's won it in 39 years. We felt we did enough. Like I said, it was very close. But at the same time, we felt we did enough, especially the last 5 rounds. I thought Craig won him. I thought he was pushing the champion back. He was being aggressive. He was slipping the shots. He wasn't getting hit. And then he was having the eye-catching punches as well. So if that doesn't win you a fight, I don't know what does.
Let me just tell you this as well, because this has just come through on my phone. I've got a lot of friends who like to gamble, you know, and literally received a text message just now from a guy who was saying he chucked a couple of quid on Craig because we said he trained so hard and stuff, and he said the cash out was in Craig's favour at the end. So the bookies had him up. It seems like everybody except Terry O'Connor had him up. The other judges had him up. I mean, the bookies, you know, they're not often wrong, and they had him leading. You know, the cash out was
disappointing,
high.
but we're not disappointed with Craig's performance. He's done us proud. He's done his city proud. And you know what? If that big card goes on with Fury AJ, what a great fight for Wales that could be. Because who wouldn't want to see that fight? You know, there's a little bit of needle at the end, which adds a bit of spice. I'm sure that there'll be people on Channel 5 who viewed it who probably liked that. The probably TV producers probably loved it. The board probably didn't. But what I would say is the fans are going to love that, and Craig will come again, and we're very proud of him.
Yeah, it was a great fight, and like you said, it's a fight that definitely warrants a rematch if I've ever seen one. But 2 Welsh fighters fighting in Bolton for a start. It should have been in Wales in the first place, in my opinion. But
should have been in Wales. Should have been for the British and the Commonwealth title. No idea why it's not. Next time it should be for both titles, and it should be in Wales, and it's going to be a barnstormer. And I'll tell you something now, right? I'll tell you something. We're not leaving without those belts twice. We're not, because that's the best Gavin Gwynne you're ever going to get. That's the best. And Craig made some mistakes tonight. He stood in front of him just a little bit too long on occasion, dropped his hands, took punches. It's something we've experienced in the past. It's something we're trying to get out of him. But ultimately, if he hadn't done those once or twice, we'd be walking away not 7-5 up, maybe 8-4.
And that's effectively what you know, in my opinion, won him the last 5 rounds. Like I said earlier, he pushed the champion back. You know, he showed he was a stronger fighter. He showed, you know, he had the more eye-catching punches. You know, he showed his defence, you know, by slipping and moving. And he showed he was the better boxer. And the Wargator there, the amount of Bolton fans who came up to us and said, "You won that fight. You were robbed there." And again, I respect Gavin, I respect his team, but for him to say at the end of the fight, that was a fantastic fight. I'd like a rematch in Wales. For me, that says it all. And Craig's done us proud. He's done the city of Newport proud. And yeah, and we just hope everyone back home who's watching this fight, you know, feels that we've done them proud, because we gave everything here. And like I say, he's a credit to us, and it's been a pleasure to be part of this team. And we're going to go again, Rich, aren't we?
He's made an absolutely fantastic point, right? We've walked away from the arena. Nobody is slapping Gavin Gwynne on the back and saying, "Unlucky champ, unlucky." Everyone's slapping us on the back and saying, "We thought you edged it." Nobody's slapping Gavin Gwynne on the back. Everyone's slapping us on the back and saying, "Boys, we thought you'd done enough." Nobody's doing that to the champ. That's the champ right there. That's the guy that should be wearing the belts around his waist right now. It ain't Gavin Gwynne. And as much respect as I got for him, and believe it or not, because we've had our ups and downs in the past, not just tonight, with Team St. Joseph's, I'll tell you something now, I respect them. But I can't respect that decision tonight. This is our fight. We should own those belts. That should be Craig Woodruff's defining night. He nicked that 7-5, and that's being as generous as I can.
Yeah,
and I've said previously, 47 text messages have come through my phone, not from friends and well wishers, from people in boxing. I've been in this for 10 years. I've been in the amateur game for 25 years, maybe longer. I mean, you know, as a coach. And boxing insiders are messaging me and saying, "Thought you'd done enough, thought you'd done enough." 47 messages. 2 say they thought it was a draw. 45 have said to me, "Thought you nicked it," or they had it exactly the same way I had. 7-5.
But Rich, we're going to turn this negative into a positive, and we're going to go back to the board, and we're going to ask for a rematch, and we're also going to ask for Craig's name to be put back in the picture, because again, like I say, we thought we won it, and for Gavin to ask for that rematch for potentially on a December the 3rd show in Cardiff, everyone's going to want to see that. Everybody. Fight of the night. Best fight I've ever seen live. We want it. They want it. Let's make it happen.
Just a quick word from the pay-per-view now as well. It's a long trip from Wales. I know myself, I know this lot. Just a word on all the fans who've come up here for both Gavin and
Fantastic. For everyone back in Newport watching it in the pubs tonight, you know, all the well wishers, you know, we're so proud of you for coming out, you know, and supporting us, because without you we wouldn't have the drive and the perseverance to keep going, and I just hope we've done you all proud, so thank you very much.
The lads from the Rhondda, the lads from Newport,
and Gibraltar.
Honest to God.
Yeah, all my Gibraltar friends and family back out there, you know, supporting us today. Grant Black and Nicola and Amy, you know, thank you very much. It means a lot.
And I'll tell you something now. I mean, this was mentioned by Craig's head coach, you know, Mr. Pierce here, and he talked about, you know, how difficult times are for people at the moment. To come up here with a rising price of fuel, you know, whether it's in the cars, whether you're putting it into your house, the cost of living crisis is real, especially in Wales. And for those fans to save their pennies and come up here, whether it's from Merthyr, you know, the valleys, which is, you know, things are exceptionally tight, from Newport, which is, you know, really a struggling community at the moment, for them to come up here and pay their hard-earned pennies to come and watch this fight. They've had their money's worth, but at the same time, it must have been hard for them, and they're to be commended. I take my hat off to them.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for your time. Won't keep much longer. All the best for the future, and let's hope we see the rematch. Thank you very much.